Moonlight. Good morning, everybody. Today we have the wonderful Camilla Minder-Granet, who is going to be talking about great leadership. Now, Camilla is an expert, an absolute amazing expert in leadership. And, oh, sorry, if everybody could go on mute. And if everybody can actually go on mute. Good morning, everybody. Today we have the wonderful Camilla Minder-Granet, who is going to be talking about great leadership. Now, Camilla is an expert, an absolute amazing expert in leadership. And that was a great start, wasn't it? I just had to put the YouTube on mute as well. So Camilla is an expert in leadership. Now, if you want great leadership in your business, Camilla is the person that you actually need to reach out to. My name is Claire Rees, and I'm an expert in lifestyle investments. And I love to help everybody look after their lifestyle investment, not only just not money, because that is not my expertise, but actually through communication, through helping your business, and through other recreational sports. So today, Camilla is going to give us a 20-minute presentation on leadership. And this is going to be over a 5-week session. So if you haven't subscribed yet, or you haven't registered, then you can just go to Eventbrite or reach out to me, or go to the website introbizsweden.se, and then you can register there. Registration closes 1 hour before the meeting, and you will receive your Zoom link 30 minutes via email. So without further ado, here we are. Welcome, Camilla Minder-Granet. You're on mute, Camilla. Unmute yourself.
No, I'm on mute. And I'm going to share my pictures. Do you see them now?
Not yet. Now we can see them, yes.
But you can see now. Here we go. Let's put this on. Yeah, hello everybody, everyone. My name is Camilla Minder-Granet, and this is the first session of 5, where I'm going to talk about gender equality, diversity, and inclusion. That it's a really win-win situation for everyone in every situation, and that it's the future. So I am a values and a culture expert for progressive leaders and organizations, and I do that through method, knowledge, trainings, and mentorship program through gender equality, diversity, and inclusion. So I help leaders. I'm going to move the pictures of you because you're in front of my text. So I help you as a leader and your business to create the best working environment that attracts and retains diverse kinds of talents that you need to build your successful business for the future. And I do this through trainings, workshops, and an upcoming mentorship program for leaders. So a little bit short about my background, because we don't have so long time. I'm in the beginning, I'm a behaviorist, and I have a degree in organization psychology and work in psychology and in gender science. And way back, I always had my mission in gender equality and diversity and inclusion. And I really see the value to work with this issue, even if that was not the head of what I was supposed to do when I was young. I always start to working with and look that include people, make them feel comfortable, include different kinds of diversity in project groups. And I promise you that the result was so great, and people felt so important, seen, and with so much idea that comes into the project that has never come up if I have been alone, or if I just have had the same people as I am. So I went to the university, and I studied psychology. And then after that, since about 13 years back, I'm working full time with gender equality, diversity, and inclusion. We're in projects with training, coaching, and workshops. And since 3 years back, I have my own business, Work Division. And now I'm very focused on leadership and to develop leadership to get to be able to create a great working environment that attracts talents. So that's a little bit short about me. So let's go on this journey. Today we're going to talk about the background, the statistic, the science, just to show you the picture how it is. And the next time we're going to talk about why it is as it is, and the other times we're going to talk about the leadership and give some advices how we can work with it. But today is some background how it is. So gender equality, what is this? So I'm going to have focus when I talk on gender equality, but you can put diversity, whatever you want into this. And it's simple, it's easy, it's obvious. Women and men enjoying the same opportunity, rights, responsibility within all areas of life. It's about having power to form the life you're living. And if you can put this also into organization to be able to have the same opportunity, rights, and responsibility in your organization as anyone else, no matter where you come from, your background, gender, age, religious, no matter. You're going to have the same rights, opportunity, and responsibility. That's what it is all about. So it's quite easy if you just say it like that. So some facts just to give you some backgrounds. If you look worldwide, you can see that 99% of the innovation capital goes to men and 1% to women. And this is worldwide. So this is not just for certain country that is not developed. And it's the same situation in Sweden too. Even if we are, I can say I'm from Sweden also, I should say. And we have the same situation in Sweden too, even if we are one of the most gender equal country in the world. 16% of all leaders are women and 84% are men worldwide. And that's also an area, the numbers are a little bit different, but even if you are in an area or in a country where women are more educated, it's this difference is that men, there are more men as leaders than it is women. And just some small funny facts. There's more CEOs with the name of Göran in Sweden. You know, Göran is a quite common name, but it's not that common. But it's more Göran in Sweden than it is women as CEOs totally in Sweden. And I heard a program for a couple of months ago, and for England, I think it's Phil or Philip that is more common than in this CEOs as women in UK. I think it was Philip. I'm not 100% sure, but I remember it was Philip. So all over the world, women get less pay than men for the same work. Even in Sweden, UK, and UK also, it doesn't matter where you are, they get less paid for the same work. And when you take away, and when you look at different professions, and you take away everything, and you just have gender left, and you can see they have different paid for the same work. And you can also see in companies where they're working active with these questions, they start to have the same paid for the same work. But if you go to a company that don't work active, it's always the differences. So according to UNDP, it's the United Nations Development Project report, women are receiving only 10% of the universal income and have just one part in the global assets. So that's facts. So we have a situation where people have different opportunities in life, depending on gender, depending on age, where you are from, and your function, and so on. So we're going to talk about inclusion. Just give you some numbers. This is numbers that's from a report, but that's also what we have seen when we've been out doing service in organizations. If you go up and ask leaders and executive board how it looks like in the organization, they're always going to give you a much better picture of the organization's well-being than it is. So when you go out and ask the employees, you're going to give a totally different picture, not from all of them, but from too many. So for an example, we went out, just a woman I'm thinking about, and we went in an organization, and the leader said, we have problem. We can see with lack of women higher up in the organization. The project groups are too, we lack of diversity in our organization, totally in our teams. And we would like to work on that, but we don't think we have that much problem. And we include people, we look at people at the same value, and so on. But when we went out an organization, we met this woman for one example in the whole organization. And she said, they hired me for 3 years ago. And they hired me because I had so much energy. I wanted to contribute to the organization. And I really want to work, and I looked forward to it a lot. But after a couple of months, she started to feel weird. And she said, after a while, I just felt that I'm not included. I feel invisible. I feel not important. And after, she also told me before the interview was ended that she's been looking for a new job. So imagine they hired her for 3 years ago because she had these skills. She was this personality. She wanted to contribute and had this idea. And then they pay for her every day, every week, every month, every year. But they don't take care of her skills. And then even make her feel bad and invisible. So she's going to go to another employer. And you can see that also from worldwide services that 22% don't feel valued at work. 27% feel that its skills are not used. And only in Sweden, unengaged employee costs in Sweden alone about $10 billion every year. Can you imagine then how much it costs in your country and in your company? We hire people because of the skills, because of the background, the knowledge they have, the experience they have, and we bring them into the organization, and we don't use the skills they have. We don't make them visible, and we don't make them feel important. Can you imagine how much money, if you were just going to look at it in a monetary way, how much money that costs? And the problem is that the leaders don't know about it. They don't realize it. They can see they have some problem, but not this much problem. So research and service from McKinsey's report that comes out, I don't know if it's every year or every second year, they always have like diversity matters and those kinds of reports. And for those reports, it says that organization with the highest diversity in terms of ethnicity were 30% more likely to receive financial gain than average. Organization with the highest diversity between the sexes were 15% more likely to have economic gains than average. An organization at the bottom of the profitability scale had the least proportion of mix of gender equality, ethnics and cultural background. So this is big, huge reports, and it comes and they say the same thing all over again. And it's not just McKinsey report that says this. And still, we have a lack of diversity in a lot of companies and organizations in Sweden, in the UK, and all around the world. And they're missing out from so much possibility to get higher profit, get a well-being organization. And also from a big study here in Sweden, where there was doing a survey for 40,000 companies. There were like companies with an equal executive board have a higher profitability and revenue. So that I'm going to come to that later, what this is all about. And also from the McKinsey report, we can see that $12 trillion could be added to the global GDP by 2025 by advancing women's equality. So by not working with gender equality, inclusion, and diversity, makes us miss out not only the harm for people, the individual persons, it's also we're missing out from so much from the organizations, from the city, the areas, the countries, everything. We're losing so much by not using all people and make them equal and make them have the same rights and use the skills they have, the willingness to contribute, and the experience they have. Eco company gives twice as much return to shareholders. I know it's advisor here in Sweden that have a folder with company that she gives advice for stocks that she recommend, and all her stocks that she recommend have a gender equal board or gender equal organizations. And she has higher value for her stocks than it is average on the stock market in Sweden. And I have seen these reports from several different countries around the world. When you have the put and invest in stocks from gender equal company, you're going to have a much more revenue and return of invest money if they are gender equal, if they are diverse. So this is money, this is business, and this is important, not just for both for the individuals, but also for the organization to get more successful. So how does it come then? Why is diversity so important? Why is it so important to work active with that? A gender equal and diverse board leads to broader understanding of customers' current situation and future needs. And I just have to move the pictures again here. And gender equality on the board raises innovation thinking. And of course, if you're thinking about this, the quality of discussions, analysis, and decision-making increase by adding other perspective, backgrounds, abilities in the boardroom. And you can think about this in a project, in the teams, whatever. If you have the same people, that is very common. In the boardroom or in the project and teams, you have the same people with the same background, the same education, the same experience, the same way of thinking. They look at the market and the customers in the same way. They see solutions on challenging problems in the same way. And if you put in diversity in those groups, there is other way of thinking. They look at the challenges and the problem and the solutions of that in different way. And I have also heard that they are much faster in decision making in the diverse group. But I also read and hear that, and that's also my experience, that it takes a little bit more time. So it takes a little bit more time because it's different opinions, it's different, they see different things, and it's going to take more discussions and maybe take a longer time. But the decisions in the end have so much higher quality and are so much better. And because they can see the whole market, because the market is diverse often. You don't have like one kind of a person, what do you call it? If you just have a picture of I lost the word, avatar. The avatars is not just one person, one avatar. Those are different, those are diverse. And to having diverse groups that's work with the customers, seeing possibilities and see other customers in your target market that the homogeneous group doesn't think about. So it's just that it's not rocket science. It just, for me, it feels so obviously. And gender equality generally increase a company attracting that both toward customers and in new recruitment. And we know that people, young people especially, gets more and more value driven. So we know if you're going to attract talents, and special talents also that know they have a value, they know they have a great education, they know that the organization wants their skills and the experience, they're going to go to company where they can be proud of the values. They're going to go to company where they know they have the same opportunity. And not also so women are more educated here in Sweden than men are. So if you're losing out by not thinking diversity and gender equality, you're losing out from so much talents. And we have big industries here in Sweden that's out in the country having problem to get the right employees, the right talents to organization. They're losing order because they cannot deliver. And in the area they live, there's educated women, young people that go to university and school, but they move to the big cities or to the other cities where they know they have companies that give them the same opportunity to have a career, to have the same pay for the same work, and so on. So this is the future. If you want to survive, you have as a leader in organization to think about that. If you want to be better than your concurrent, because the ones that knows about this and make this as a culture is going to be the winner. Because when you executive board, CEO and high leaders consist of the same type of people, and this is not uncommon, this is very common. They have the same background, gender, age, ethnicity, way of thinking. They see the world from the same point of view, and there is limited diversity of thoughts. That costs you money every day, every day. So when we go to company and they say, yeah, this is very important. We see this, we want to work with this, but they also say that, but we have to do it later. We cannot afford to do this right now because we have other big projects. And then we just ask them, can you afford to not working with this? Can you afford to say no to this? So yeah, it costs a lot of money to don't think in a way gender equality, diversity, and with inclusion. So the growth strategy for the future for leaders and organization is to create a workplace that feels inclusive and where there is diversity. They have better working environment, they attract talents, they make better decisions and have higher innovation. And of course, it gives higher profit. So some small things before us in this, the values need to become your culture, systems, strategies for real. Because what we're talking about, we can talk about the individual persons, but if we're just talking business, this is business. This is really, really business. And it should go into your organization, all systems, all strategy for real. So you should not just have a kickoff or a event for all the employees and you create this values word and you the CEO stands on the stage and talk about the values and we are that and we are this, and then you go home, put it on the wall, and it's just empty words, and everyone goes back and behave and behave in the same way they always have done. Or maybe sometimes it's just a change for a while, but then everyone goes back. So you need to put this into everyday strategy. You need to put this on every decisions making you do. You have to put it into the processes and you have to work active with it. You have to make it a culture. It's about behavior. It's about the system process and to make it a culture for real. And we need leaders, and I'm going to take about that later. We need leaders that point with the whole hand and really make this to the top issue in the organization. Because inclusion, it's not just about being a nice and kind person. This is also, you should be kind. You should include people when you ask for lunch or do anything or be on a meeting or so. But it's so much more than just being kind. And I think when we asked about this, you remember that it was only the executive board thought that it was only 2% that felt excluded, but it was 20. And this is what it's all about. It's about that they feel kind person. They talk to people, they say hi, but it's about so much more than just being a nice and kind person. Don't take to be a kind and nice person away, but this is so much about so much more. And the problem is the challenges that we're working with a lot. And this is my challenge, and it's your challenge too. It's everyone's challenge that people think they're more valuable than they are, because we want to treat people the same. We want to be a human being, a person that treats people the same. We don't want to be a person that says, oh no, if I see a stranger, I don't treat him or her as good as I do when I see a person that looks like me or that I'm a friend to. We don't want to be that person. But this is all about psychology. It's about the norms. It's about the structure. And I'm going to talk about that the next 2 times, about the norms, about the structure, about the unconscious bias and the psychology behind why it is, and why this is a challenge. So norms, now we come to this very difficult word, norms and prejudice. Do I pronounce it right?
Prejudice.
Yeah, because I had a block then.
And unconscious bias make us miss out of lucrative diversity and all the profit that comes with it. So it's about, we think we are value driven. That's one of the biggest problem. We think we treat people the same, but we don't. It's a lot about unconscious bias, a lot about norms and structure that makes it treat people differently. And when you realize that, you have come a long way on the road to understand how to work with this. So the next time we will talk about the structure, norms, and power. And the week after, we're going to talk about the unconscious bias and psychology behind. And then we're going to talk the other 2 times about the leadership and organizations. So this is for now. and I gave you some how it is in reality. And we use the same way we work with this. This is not an opinion question, it's a knowledge question, because it's a lot of people that had opinions about this, but it's all about knowledge and facts. And that the world are unequal, that it is not diverse, and we are excluded. That's the truth. That's the way it is. It's knowledge. And that is something we need to work with active, and to just let it be. Maybe it's going to be some change, but we know that goes back and forth all the time, but we need to work active with it. So thank you, and see you next time for a very new, interesting, exciting, and funny session. And if you're interested in my next mentorship program is coming up in November, December. It's going to be for leaders, and contact me on my email and write to me if you want to have more information, or if you want to have a one-to-one meeting with me. I'm very focused on my mentorship program, but I also have trainings and coaching, one-to-one coaching and workshops and training to that. So just contact me, and I will see, just we can just have a meeting and talk what we can do for you and where your challenge is, and what we can do so you can become the most attractive leader in the future that creates the most attractive working place and environment. So thank you for this session. So thank you very much. And thank you, Claire, for having me here.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much, Camilla. So if you could unshare your screen.
Yes.
Thank you. That was absolutely amazing. What was interesting was I was writing down things that I need to make sure that everybody knows at the end, and you've just covered everything. What I loved about this talk as well is that you actually started off with facts. I love facts. Absolutely love facts, because you can buy into facts then, can't you, quite quickly. So I love that you started this session off with facts, and so I'm really looking forward to the structure, norms and power next week. Thank you so much. So without further ado, what we actually do on these workshops, we're going to have a question and answer afterwards, but it's not going to be on this video. But to just to help everybody else that's on this call, we're going to have a 30 seconds. Hi, my name is Claire Reese, and I'm an expert in lifestyle investment, and I'm the Introbiz franchise director, and we love to help people build their network by linking people businesses to businesses. So that's all we want. We're going to stop the video then, and then we're going to go to our normal meeting afterwards. Okay, so let's start with you. Well, we know about Camilla, so let's start with Jiten.
Hi there, everybody. My name's Jiten Chavda. I've been helping my clients over in Sweden in all areas related to financial planning. It's one of the ways I want to start heading the future is I want people to have a personal financial advisor, somebody they can talk to about anything related to finance. And that's what I'm heading towards. But I'm only concentrating on expats, not people that are based in the UK.
Brilliant, thank you. So it's all expats living in Sweden. So reach out to Jiten, he's your man. And over to Debs.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Deb Morgan, and I'm known as the Real Relationships Expert. So no prizes for guessing that I'm a relationships coach, and I help, generally, it's women over about the age of 40 work on their relationships to create stronger, healthier, and more robust relationships in the future. That's me. You'll find me at deb-morgan.com.
Thank you.
Nice and easy to remember as well. Thank you so much, Deb. Over to Christian.
Hey, good morning, everyone. All of you might know me as the entrepreneur here and there, but today I'm here with my family company, Gel. It's my son, Jonathan, Emily, Lucas, and my surname, Schönefeld. Former, I was presenting the business card, the best business card of the world, and Clarice has it at home. Ah, there it is. So if you're looking for a good business card, you can talk to Claire and she will connect us. But my mission is to help and connect people and businesses. But my former thing is building a business for kids in music. That's me, all about Christian. And it should say Linda above because she's the boss.
Yeah. Linda is the boss, yes. Thank you so much, Christian. And Christian's got many other skills as well. So reach out to Christian. Over to Sue Worrell.
Hi everyone, I'm Sue Worrell. I'm a nutritionist and Senior Associate at the Royal Society of Medicine. I'm now online in an organisational research and information called Health Hub Academy. We are there to help other health practitioners from all around the world get online, get professional courses. But the best bit is now we have a fantastic library and community membership that is not on Facebook. It's our own private community membership. It's starting to really take off with amazing posts, and it's completely free. So go to www.healthhubacademy.com and please join our free community. We'd love to hear about your businesses in there as well. And we'd love to hear about what you do and your expertise, anything to do with health and well-being.
Fantastic. So thank you so much, Sue. And if anybody is watching, I was supposed to say this at the beginning of the video, is just like, subscribe and comment in the comment section. And yeah, we're looking forward to week 2 with Camilla Mindegrenet and